Welcome to another teardown video. This time it's a medical product and it's really heavy. It's Infusomat space from Braun. So it's infusion, it's IV, an IV pump. So you got some hoses you can click in. And the hose goes through here, and we got some holes around the place like that. And the fun thing is, look at those connectors. And this is classic for all sorts of medical devices. They just love to use all sorts of funny connectors. And I think it has something to do with safety, so you just can't swap power supplies or do anything wrong. And the power supply is really nice quality. I kind of like it. Click. And okay, so you can't get your fingers in here when the okay, here we go. So that is the battery compartment. So there's a special type of battery you can put in here, and see there's a tool you can use to open something on the side. And I actually tried to do that, and it's not working. I don't get anything good from that. They can be locked together, so if you got more of them, you see this fits into the bottom parts here, right? So you just stack them and then they click together, so you know they're not gonna fall down. So that is kind of cool. There's no way to open this without powering it up and going through some software things, so it's closed. So let's try and power it up and see if we can get a good picture of what the screen says. Oi. Hold down to... Don't hit any key. Okay, so it's turning off. Okay, now it's turning on. Then what? I want to open it. Oh, really? Okay, so it says battery is missing. You need to confirm the battery is missing. Whatever. Let's open. Ooh. So it is closed by those three metal things, and they go into something here that kind of turns around and lock it all in. And also I think it has something to do with the pressure it needs. And there's also a locking mechanism here where this fits into. So did you see this really cool pump moving? So this is actually a peristaltic pump. So those presses on the hose and this way move fluids that way from a bag to a person. And this is exactly why I wanted to see what is inside this thing. How did they make this pump? And I think if we hit the close button, see if we can make it move. You see? So how is that made? And how do we really open this thing? Because you don't really see any screws. But I think it's a good idea to leave the lid open. And you don't see any... Okay, here's a flat cable. So that is really good. It feels like really, really good quality. The build quality is super, super. And look at that. Maybe those are the little screw hiding. I am definitely going to see how we can pull this apart. Also, you see them at each of the hinges, so that reveals to me that this will be the screw. The screws, they will be under here, right? Okay, let's investigate. Oh my god. This is probably the most well performed screw hiding methods in a long time. So this is actually not a stick or anything, no way. This is plastic that is put down and melted in after it was assembled. So the only way to get this out is to cut a hole and to put down your knife and then spin around like this and then clean it up so you can access the screw. Oh man. But anyway, this is a good way so you don't get all sorts of dirty stuff, and this way you can also keep it clean, and or you can clean it, right? See? Really, really difficult. So let's see how we get this open. I took out all the screws that I could find. Also, there was a little plastic thing that I could pull out, and then there's another hidden screw in there. It is not coming. No, the screws are falling out, so that is so far so good. So what am I doing wrong? What do I need to? Okay, yeah. Ooh, look at that. There was a little springy here underneath. This I need to remember, because my intentions is like always to put stuff back together, because that is also a big challenge and just as much fun. So if you're real good to disassemble stuff, you must also be able to put it back together, right? Ooh, that one fell out. What is that doing? See, that was the thing that I couldn't get off the side. A little rubber thingy. And there is a... Ooh, there was a hidden connector for some drop... Ah, this is a drop counter. So this is a secret... I don't know, the secret connector for that. So maybe we can just... Okay, that was good. Oh, look at that. So they put a rubber gasket inside. And what is that? I think we keep finding all sorts of cool. So it was like this, right? Okay, so there is some kind of a secret trick. Oh, look at that. There's something going on with this hole. Some magic that I don't understand yet, but there is definitely. So how do we get all the magic out of the case? Okay, I need to use my hands. Okay, I finally found out. So this front here, there's no way you can pull it. You need to twist it like this and then lift it back, and it's gonna come out. And here in the back, the connector for the battery. Maybe we need to unscrew that one so we can get in. Okay, so that was done. Now the case is away. Wow, look at all that. Super cool mechanics. And this is the pump motor, I guess, or is it the locking motor? So this is the peristaltic pump, and here you see the locking of the lid. So this goes in here, and then this whole, okay, so it moves and then pull it even further in, right? So that is pretty good. So that, oh yeah, okay. Here we go. This one is of course the locking motor and all the gears for this system. And here is another motor. This looks like a stepper motor, right? So the stepper motor and gears. And here is the fantastic thing that I wanted to see. So this is the peristaltic pump. Wow, it's bearings. So this looks like a camshaft and then bearings on it, and then they can move around like that. And it looks like there's an encoder in here, so it will know exactly how much it's moved. Although well, this is a stepper motor, so they should also use this. Well, then they will also know that, right? But for safety, because this is very, very important, this is safe. So this is to double check and verify that this is actually true. So you'll have two things that needs to do the same thing before it's doing its thing. This is a classic safety issue. And the PCB is super modern, full of all the good and normal stuff. A little optical sensor here for the locking. Yeah, maybe we can even open it a little further and see if we can get more access. There's also PCBs down there, and maybe this is, oh yeah, look at that. They're communicating. Look at that. So there's a sensor board down there, right? Maybe NFC or some other chip reading device. And it's sitting right here under this plate. So there will be a tiny little chip inside the hose. So this one will know exactly what kind of liquid it is pumping, because it's communicating with the hose that is attached to the bag. So now it's impossible to pump the wrong liquid. Ooh, that is some safety stuff done the right way. I love it. We're gonna go in there and have a look, aren't we? So we are in. I'll take off the side screws here, and now we can see this is the solder side. Quite a lot of big ICs, and it is a multi-layer board with all the good stuff here. Still haven't figured out exactly what that is doing. Maybe we can get the board out so we can, but now it is really gonna fall apart here, so I need to be careful not to break the display connection. God, the more I look at this, the more I get impressed. See, there's another communication device here. And that was the other one that we saw earlier. They are the same type. And also, what are they? Those two boards doing down there as well. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. Of course it pays off to be patient. So that is the top side of the PCB. We've got some funny IC right there. This is the stepper motor. So that will probably be a stepper motor driver somewhere here, right? And those are the super funny sensors of some sort. We got one more here, and this is the sensor for the peristaltic pump. But those two boards down there, they're interconnected, and they also contain some sort of fantastic sensor stuff, right? And that is that one. So on each side here we will have a sensor of some sort, and there's also a sensor in this hole and in that hole. Wow, so it's doing a lot of magic here. And what exactly is going on inside this? Well, you just say press, and there's a little metal thing that goes to this, and it seems like something here can spin. Can we get some more light here and see if we can show this? Really? So what exactly can this do? What is inside this unit? That is the weirdest. I'm really sure this is the locking mechanism, right? What is this? I just took this out because it clicks in. You can just click it out. And look at that funny sensor. So there's an Atmel microcontroller, a crystal, some interconnects and stuff, and what do you know? Luft sensor, so that is air sensing. So this one is measuring if it is pumping liquids or if it's pumping air. So it's done here either with like supersonic or optical, or how is this done, but we will probably never know because I really need to put this back together and not cause any damage to anything. But that was a really cool sensor. So this is the air sensor. So what are the other sensors? So I took out one of those two sensors. I was hoping they could be just as nice to write on the sensor what it is. So this is rubber, where the hose connects or something, and it's, I don't know, glued in here, and I feel we got like 4 and 4 sorts of interconnects of some sort. There's a little 8-pin IC. And really, for once, I don't know what that is. And this LED doesn't really make sense as well. So, because it's mounted up here, where you can't see any light from it. Aha, so this is just the same board, right? So that means this one's LED is never using, or they're never using that one, right? But look, here there's an LED for indication of something. So since they are identical, here we got the blinky LED. Alright, so what is this sensor sensing? Well, if you know, please comment so we'll know. But I can tell this is some soft rubber, and when I'm doing like this with my fingers, I can feel something funny under here. But again, I cannot break this or destroy this, so I need to put this back again. And this is what I came for. I really wanted to see how this peristaltic pump is designed. And see, there's a silicone gasket, so you can't get all sorts of liquids in here if there is a leak. But this is really nicely made. A fantastic product, well designed. And I guess we'll never know what is in here. But it has something to do with air or ambient pressure of some sort. Because if I pull this apart, I'm not able to put it back again, I guess. So now I am going to assemble it again. Everything is coming good together. And this was the access to this drop sensor. And I still didn't figure out how to pull this out or take this out when the unit is assembled, because it's really stuck. So there's a good tight, yeah. Alright, let's put everything back together and see if it still works.